Hey everyone, I'm rather incoherent, and I thought we were done with Bloodborne, but the developers have been really hard at work. They've already implemented a lot of my feedback and a lot of other people's feedback, updated these past scenarios, and the big one, introduced Scenario 8. In fact, they've introduced two meaningfully different versions of Scenario 8, the normal Scenario 8 Arkham Sunrise, and the one I'll be playtesting today, the hidden ending, Blood Rapture. Now, during setup for this, which I've already done, I've got another save, in fact, for setup for the other version of the scenario. I'll be playtesting both of them, one today, one tomorrow, and seeing how different they are. And there's a couple of things about my campaign that need to be retconned. First, I don't have this anymore. I deleted all my saves. I didn't think I'd be playtesting again so soon. So I'll be going on memory for all the setup stuff. And one thing that does need to be adjusted is I had like 30 insight, which is more than is intended. And also, in large part because I was cheating in Scenario 7 Communion, just forgot to do something on the agenda where you take damage or lose cards or lose resources or lose recognition. And it's meant to lower your recognition. You spend recognition to make that scenario easier, but you still care about recognition for the hidden ending. Specifically, 18 is the breakpoint you want to hit. So if you had that meta knowledge, you would spend down to 18 recognition every time in the previous scenario to make sure that anything that scales up with recognition doesn't get any worse, but otherwise, everything's still unlocked. So for the purposes of this scenario, our recognition is going to be 18. Now, coming back to our decks, I've picked out everything that we had previously. I've done my best to get this standard chaos bag to look correct. I think this is about where it should be. It might be wrong somewhere. It doesn't really matter. On the subject of us having cards we had previously, I re-rolled our weaknesses because the weaknesses have been updated. They're still asymmetrical. They're still going to do very different things depending on who draws what. But now all of them are +1 to a stat and either cannot fight or investigate. If it's a cannot fight, you take one horror to shuffle into your deck. If it's a cannot investigate, you take a damage to shuffle into your deck. These are infinitely more manageable than what it was previously. Still harsh, but nowhere near crazy. Before the video, I already rolled those weaknesses. Skids got Bottomless Curse. He gets +1 fist, but he can't investigate. So as long as he's not needing to get clues, this is all upside for him. Additionally, shuffling in for a damage is often helpful because I need to damage my coat to heal horror. And then over here we have +1 head, which is awesome, but then cannot investigate, which is my job, so this one has to get dealt with pretty immediately. However, because these are in your area, or your threat area, I mean, other people can deal with them for you, which really helps to mitigate how bad they are. I think these are actually on par with like the average basic weakness now, maybe a little bit worse. But with like informed team play, I don't think it does anything particularly bad. I think this is a really good state for the weaknesses to be in. I'm much happier with them now. One bit of setup, aside from all the basic setup where you're choosing which version of the scenario you have that I need to talk about, is the Dead Hunters. In my campaign, I didn't double check this. I'm pretty sure Alfred and Juror were the ones who died. Additionally, because I didn't do Eileen's quest, she gets killed. Everyone else, when you fail their quest, they don't get killed, but Eileen's quest is literally that someone is trying to kill her. You should maybe worry about that one. In the final scenario, all the Dead Hunters have cards that go into the deck. They'll all be the same rough format. You cannot play event cards. You cannot play assets. You cannot investigate. You cannot commit cards to skill test. Cannot fight and cannot draw cards. They're going to test 3 in a skill as a lightning bolt. If you fail, you add a doom. If you succeed, not just add a doom, it's an ancient evils. If you succeed, you get rid of it. Actually, that's not even true. You get rid of it even if you fail the way it's currently written. If you fail, it doesn't matter because the effect is test 3 fist and discard. There's no additional benefit for succeeding. It's just doing the test runs the risk of failure as it's written now. Reduce your recognition by 2 as well to just get rid of this instantly. And there's a lot of mechanics like that, so you can still get value out of having high recognition here. I'm just going to assume 18 is as much as you would ever really want. And when I do the lower recognition version tomorrow, I'm going to playtest as though I had literally 0 recognition. I used all of it in the second to last scenario. Anyways, let's add these 3 dead people to the hunt, and these that aren't dead or are dead as investigators no longer need to be here. Coming down to us, we're picking Dr. Cecily as we always do. Walter Garnett's the best option for Skids, funnily enough, because I do attack with my head frequently, I care about the foot, and all the people that give plus fist are dead. We've also got an observed over here, so let's quickly see what that's hitting on Skids. I'm not even sure I remember to use this when I played last scenario. Plus fist on the first test, plus foot on the first test, or 2 additional cards. Not even close, we're getting 2 additional cards. As I've already implied, I'll be playing fast and loose with the record keeping here because the campaign's already done. I just want to playtest the 2 versions of finale. So moving through all the resolution stuff for the previous scenario, you get the interludes, you read the ones that apply to you. The important thing here is that if you do Nightmare of Mensis, if you go for the brain in scenario 7, you always do Arkham Sunrise. But if you go for Murgo or what's the other one, Lady Maria, then you're able to go for the true ending provided you've done a lot of other stuff. This is how Eileen got killed for not doing her quest, and then everyone else has things you record for them, which are going to affect their little epilogues in the end if you actually succeeded in their quest or not. Then coming to scenario 8, you can see there's a big list of things you need to do for the true ending. Recognition 18, you need to get Ashley's personal correspondence, which I forgot to do, but again, I'm playtesting both versions of the scenario, so for the sake of argument, we're pretending I did. You discovered at least 3 chords. Interesting, you didn't have to eat them, you just needed to find them. An investigator was chosen to be the bearer, Ariadne Kuttner missing in the dead of night. Augur gave a glimpse into Mikalash's memories, and these last 2 are for killing Maria and killing Murgo. So I missed 2 of these. I'm pretty sure I could have maintained Recognition 18 if I knew that was a thing and actually played the agenda correctly. But I think I didn't get one of the chords naturally. I wanted to get it to see what would happen in the story. And then I also just didn't even realize this was on the board. I had no idea. And what was it, Bergenworth? But then because of that, you go to Arkham 2 and you get the option to throw the gates open, and you open the gates. It was a metaphor the whole time. Proceed to setup. There's some setup stuff. Nothing here is particularly weird. It's all pretty straightforward. It's all relatively automated. It's all just like on the board down here at first. It does have the same glitch as previously where you press setup and it just like rips a bunch of cards off your board instead of location, but it's since been resolved. If you were playing this in standalone mode, you would have 2 zeros, 3 -1s. This seems like an incredibly soft standalone mode, doesn't it? Like, that's way better than a standard bag, isn't it? This bag seems so easy. It's got 1 squid, 1 -5, 1 -4. Like, 2 -3s might be a bit harder than normal, I don't know, but like, this bag seems hella soft. I'm gonna be playing with the one I made instead because it feels much easier. Let me double check that. Is my bag actually easier? So Occultist in this scenario is a reroll. I'm going to assume a tablet value of -2. I've got no idea what the average tablet will be here. But using this thing, it looks like my bag is probably just harder, right? The 1s and 0s seem really beneficial. I don't know why they're all there. I'm missing a -3, but otherwise, I don't know. They seem comparable. It doesn't really matter. Also, I'm gonna start using this thing in future campaigns. I love this. This is so helpful. And before I get into it, I'm always thrilled to see an actual map when I'm playing the final campaign. I'm just ready to start at one location and be told there's gonna be jank rules for discovering the map. It's so nice when I finally get to sit down for a finale and there's something to see and think about immediately. Anyways, let's do our mulligans. Let's get into this. And over here on Skids, we're gonna have a slightly bigger than usual opening hand at 7. Over here on Diana, not so much. And now the Tabletop Sim has been updated, by which I mean now that I've gotten the update for Tabletop Sim, Diana starts with this in her hand. Holy shit. Through the Gates was in her deck? I did not remember that. I'm much more upset about it now after the playtest with Harvey. It looks like Skid also drew 2 weaknesses, so let's fix that. We don't need Black Fan, Walter Garnet, Trenchcoat, any of that stuff. I think that I have 2 trauma on both, and then we randomly got a 3rd trauma on both, right? Is that what happened? Well, a good place to start with that would be coming over to the deck upgrades. I'm assuming I got 2 experience in the last scenario, because that's a pitifully small number that lets me finish my decks. We got Guts level 2 and that's it on Diana. Coming over to Skids, because I wasn't really planning on using any any ally asset from the story, I picked up Leo DeLuca and I cut this High Roller, because like it sucks, never does anything. And I have so many actions that Nimble never helps me anyway, so I just tried out Justify the Means. It seems like a sick card, but I've never seen anyone play with it at my table, so I want to try it out. And if I have a way to use it every turn to make money at the cost of throwing 3 curses in the bag, then all the funnier. And the reason I went over there is to check. I deleted my irrelevant permanents that don't do anything. I do have End of Thick on Diana, so she'll be 3/2, and Skids will be just 3, right? Is it safer at 2, 1, or 3? I think it's safer at 3. And I don't recall for the life of me what he was actually at. Now, over here, I'm definitely keeping the Tot Streak. Quick Thinking can wait. Easy Mark is just better than not Easy Mark, so we get 5 new cards. Well Connected, Justify the Means, Hard Knocks. Well Connected Hard Knocks is really nice. That's like the core of the gambling that you do. So I'm very happy with that. Over here, we have a Deny. I don't know if I want to keep Ward with already having 2 cancels in hand. I definitely want to keep Rite of Seeking and Emergency Cash, and I'll throw the other 2 looking for God knows what. Lumen Flower is actually really nice. Lumen Flower second Emergency Cash might be ideal. That's really good. I probably should have had these in my deck, but oh well. And let's remember not to forget our discards and put them actually back in our decks for once. And with our mulligans done, it's time to go. Let's read the agenda and act. Clues may only be discovered at meadow locations. The agenda has no doom threshold. Continue to add doom to this agenda. So that's alarming. And in conjunction with this, during the Mythos phase, investigators do not draw cards in the encounter deck. How many turns do you think I can set up before I start playing the game? Because there's literally no penalty. What's the worst that could happen? I mean, I'm not drawing encounter cards. The doom doesn't do anything. I'm just going to set up for like 7 or 8 turns, right? It's going to be great. Nothing bad will happen at all from this. Anyway, once we all get to the Moonkissed Meadow, we can spend 4 clues in advance. The only meadow locations are these 2. It's the Gravemarked Trail with 3 Shroud, 2 clues as additional calls to investigate, commit an asset or event from your hand, no thank you. And over here, if you fail a skill test, take 1 horror. Oh no, I don't have anything to cancel on Diana. Shit, they've got me by the balls. I have to progress. I can't sit and set up. I have to go play the game. This is the worst. I was like a kid in a candy shop, and now I realize that I literally am dirt broke and all the candy is made of glass. This has been a horrible trick. All right, fine. Let's go advance. I moved twice on Diana immediately. And I play an emergency cache. It doesn't really matter. Wait. I need to draw my own copy of Overzealous so I can make it give me event cards to cancel. That's the ticket. That's how we do it. I'm also going to move twice on Skids because, like, it doesn't matter. We have to get there eventually. The other location sucks. And I'm going to play a well-connected for 2. I'm going to gamble using the well-connected and gamble. I think I'm just gambling at +2. I'm going to gamble at +3. There's the squid. Nothing's on Dream side right now. Everything starts. Oh, wait. Everything's on Dream side right now. But when you do this, it looks a lot worse, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 dreams. All right, with all those -4s, I'm not sure I want to gamble anymore. Yeah, I'm just going to not gamble this turn. I'm very sad about it. Oh, wait. Let's just imagine I was good at the game and I played Hard Knocks instead. And I used Hard Knocks, right? And then I gambled 1 to 5. Yeah, see? That's why we said we weren't doing it with well connected. Cool. Anyway, that's it for us, and in new tabletop sim, replenish effects actually work, so I don't have to use stupid tokens anymore. It's wonderful. 1 doom, I'm sure it's not doing anything, and no encounter cards, boo-hoo. We have to get 4 clues. I'm gonna play a backpack over here and search my top 12 on Diana. I was almost overzealous, I should have just kept drawing. We have the Bandolier and the Holy Rosary and another backpack. I'm going to play the Lumen Flower Keepsake for 2. And I'm going to play a Rite of Seeking for 5. We should probably remember to shuffle our deck, even though I really want that Overzealous. Over here, it's Easy Mark, followed by Hot Streak immediately. This is level 4 Hot Streak, so I'm going to gain 7 resources up to 16. And then I play Well Connected. End of the round, I'm going to gamble. We're going to use both of these. Not using to get rid of them because they're about to come right back. So we're going to be at base 5. We're going to tap Well Connected and bet the full 3 for +4 over here, meaning I'm up 4 total, and that's just great. Skull, not even a problem. I'm going to gain 3, gain 3. Upkeep. Hey, Mob Enforcer, I'm going to need you to not. Wait, Mob Enforcer is here. Holy shit. Thank you, Skids. Thank you, the mob. We can set up. We don't have to play the game anymore. It's fucking perfect. Oh, this is so dumb. This is not a fault of the scenario. This is a fault of having main cluever Diana in a scenario where you can't get Diana to draw encounter cards. I'm pretty sure this exact thing is capable of happening in at least one real scenario in Arkham Horror, like an official scenario. So, yeah, that's just a fault of the character. All right, so I want to do something, engage the guy, and then play Emergency Cache so I can dodge. And then I'm going to deny existence as well. Do any of these cards matter? I don't want to play a backpack, don't want to play Holy Rosary, don't want to play Bandolier. Dude, maybe I want to play Bandolier. Even though I want to play Bandolier, it would kill my Halimir, so I'm going to do that first as my first action. Then I engage the guy, and I play Emergency Cache in front of him. He tries to hit me, I play Deny Existence. And just don't take the damage instead. Is this 5? I heal, in fact. It's not a very good Deny 5, but hey, here we go. Overzealous, you weren't supposed to be here. It doesn't say don't draw ever, right? During the Mythos phase. Yeah, we're still drawing cards. Oh, I don't need that last one. You go back. So we have Beckoning Moon, test 5 header, 5 foot. That's fine. I'm just gonna not move. Yeah, not a big deal. I wasn't really planning on moving. Hunter, Retaliate, Ruined City of Chimeria. I don't think that's on the board yet. All of these have other sides. I don't know what their other side is. I think it varies from scenario to scenario. But your spawn's going to fizzle on account of the fact that you weren't supposed to be here yet. Sorry about that, buddy. Anyway, things are still going according to plan. That Emergency Cache still goes off. My first action was Rosary, so this should be in my hand as well. Second action was Engage. Third action was Emergency Cache. We're done. Over here, first action, I'm going to just use Hard Knocks and Well Connected. Gamble 3, I'm getting +5, so yeah, great, perfect. Get my 3 resources back and 3 more. Don't seem to have any draw in my hand. Going to draw a card the hard way. I'm gonna play Trench Coat now instead of what I was about to do. My turn ends, Pay Your Due fails, and I get damage on the Trench Coat. He tries to attack me, the idiot. I play Dodge. Oh, it's so good. Thank you, Skids. Thank you so much, Skids. This is the dumbest thing in the world. Oh, thank God the Mob Enforcer is here to enable Diana's cult activities. Anyway, 3 of Infinity Doom. This is gonna be really bad when we finally flip it over. It's fine. Watch this. Okay, so I was thinking, do you use Justify the Means when you commit Watch This to guarantee it passes for 3 curses? Like, it's not good. There are probably better uses for Justify the Means. But I mean, that's a lot of money. I'm going to. I use Justify the Means and I don't pull and I just gain 6. And then additionally, I'm going to... I need to get rid of this. I don't want to spend all my resources, so I'm just going to pay my due the hard way. Actually, do I want to spend another resource, or another 5 resources even, to engage this guy? Because I don't have any cancels anymore. No, it's time to go. I play Cyclopean Hammer. I don't have Bandolier yet. If you think you know of Greed, you don't. You don't know me yet. I just skipped my turn. 4 of Infinity Doom. If anyone's alarmed by low tempo play, I need you to leave the room now. Okay, I'm gonna play Lonnie for 4. I'm going to... I should have gambled first. It's just with everything. Squid is -4, but that's still fine. Get my 3 back. I'm not playing Walter Garnett unless I'm playing his Expendable Soak. I think it's much better to play the Cigarette Case for 2. And last action, engage the Mob Enforcer. I gain a resource, and I spend them all to play first Bandolier, discarding this backpack and this other backpack. And then Cyclopean Hammer with my new hand slots. This guy hits Skids. Unfortunately, I don't have Soak available because my backpack is currently damaged and no one's dealing any horror because there is no one here. Upkeep. He's on the lam. I've got Dodge again. I'm going to engage him and then get Rite of Seeking value, and then I'm going to end my turn. You can't stop me, game. You think you can stop Diana from setting up by just denying me encounter cards? We'll get creative. We have other ways of setting up. We don't need you to give us encounter cards to cancel. We'll create our own problems. This is so dumb. This is one of my favorite things I've ever done in Arkham. It's just refusing to let the game stop Diana. All right, what's the way to play Dodge here? Is it really engage Rite of Seeking and just hope you don't hit symbol? What's our symbol quantity again? 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. It's looking like we've got 8 symbols that end our turn and 11 that don't. It's basically a straight 50-50. Like, it's a bit better than that, but it's not looking great. But hear me out. I don't care. I engage him. I investigate with Rite of Seeking at a blistering 5-4. Oh, is it really that bad? I wasn't expecting this. 1 second. Maybe I don't engage him. 1 second. I didn't realize that I'm not even able to investigate yet. I'm only at 5-4. Are you serious? That's so bad. 6-4. Thanks, Lumenflower. I've got Lucky 3. Okay, yeah, the plan stays. I have Lucky 3. I'm up 3. Because I am 3, 4, 5, 6-4. And I have a Lucky 3. And I'm probably using Lucky 3. I'm not using Lucky 3, nor am I ending my turn. Absolutely sick. What a champion. Thank you, Diana. Also, he tries to sap you, and you play Dodge. You get the resource back, you draw a card. Your basement goes up to 3. What turn is it? It's only the 5th round of Mythos cards, and I've gotten 3 cancels. Like, that's actually just about on pace, thanks to this Mob Enforcer's tenacity. Anyway, I'm gonna need you to die now. I'm swinging at... Oh, I can update these now. They work. I have 3 from this, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm swinging at 8-4. He's probably gonna live the first swing. That's fine. Oh, he doesn't even get hit. I'm not spending Lucky on that. I don't really care, I'm gonna be honest. Like, it's just a way for me to spend my Deny, right? I know that I'm gonna regret spending Deny like this later, but I probably just do it now. I've got the Bandolier slot for Twilight Blade. I'm not gonna regret spending it. I almost cut Bandolier in that upgrade phase, but I didn't have enough experience to, so I was like, ah, whatever. But I'm actually finally getting Bandolier value now that the game has given me literally infinite time to set up. Nothing bad will happen when I flip this. The next agenda is have like a Doom threshold of 4 at most. It's gonna be very confused. Whatever, we're playtesting. We're intentionally snapping things in half, it's fine. We're gonna gamble. We're gonna bet 3. We're gonna use full Hard Knocks. We're gonna use Well Connected. So Well Connected gives us 5, 6, 7. We're up 7. Seems good. -2. So we pass by 5. We first get our 3 resources back and 3 more. Then we search the top 5. Gias, Leo DeLuca, the Black Fan, Haste. It's all my favorite friends in a little line. Well, if I've got to pick a favorite, it's Leo DeLuca. I play Leo DeLuca for 5 resources. Gun to my head, if you ask me why did I put Leo over there, I couldn't tell you. Anyway, I'm going to draw 2 cards, and then I'm going to draw another card probably. So first draw. Did I shuffle? No. No, I did not. So first draw, that's ill-timed. Can't actually use haste this turn, so I'm not going to worry about it. Second draw, I can't investigate it anymore. I was doing so much of that before. No, that's unfortunate. It actually is kind of unfortunate because the plan was for Skids to just get the last clue. We'll figure something out. There's divination. Oh, there's a divination in the hand, actually. Draw one last card. Oh, hey, it's ace in the hole. Cool. I play ace in the hole and get 3 actions back. I play haste. I draw a card. That was a haste action, so then I draw a card, and then I haste action for the draw card. Hospital Debts is here. Cool. We're 5 turns into setting up, huh? Look, we've almost decked out on Skids. We're doing something. Maybe not what we should be doing. I'll fully admit that. There are like 2 weapons in here, right? There's an auger. Your next turn, huh? Damn shame about that. Anyway, Bob Enforcer's still over here. I guess we took Diana's turn already, but it didn't go well. Yeah, we tried to kill him. Enemy phase, he swings. I will just deny it and heal again. You can't stop me. I am only getting stronger. Through the Gates is ruining. I don't like that, but I was very worried it was his Cyclopean Hammer for a hot second. Goodbye, Brother Xavier. You've been a great ally up till now, and I'm sure we don't need 6/6 soak in the finale. Why would anything deal large quantities of damage in the last scenario of the game? Anyways, absolutely hate this weakness to death. If you haven't seen that Harvey playtest of Scenario 5 in this campaign, should have went live yesterday. Dude, this is my least favorite card in the world. It just is so anti-fun, and it usually doesn't do anything meaningful anyway, which only rubs salt in the wound. 6 of Infinite Doom, there's no punish coming, not now, not ever. I play Emergency Cash level 3. That's not correct. I gamble. I tap this stuff. I don't really need to tap this, but I'm just doing that because it's faster than throwing the tokens off and getting rid of them. Anyway, that puts me at up 4, up 6, so a full gamble at 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Anyway, like I was saying a second ago, we're going to play a haste play, Dirty Fighting, Gias, Emergency Cash. Dirty Fighting and Gias run a 6, so we're going to lose 3 resources total and draw a card. Now, it's usually around this point that Skids would kill somebody and that his weapons wouldn't be in the bottom 4 cards of the deck, but this deck is 50% built around cards, as this is basically my main fighter. I'm afraid to take the damage here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to engage this guy off as my last action. I may as well attempt to evade him. So I'm going to engage him off, evade him. I'm at 4 base, up to 5 with Gias. That's it. I'm only up 2. Not really good. That'll be a -4, so he's going to go ahead and stay engaged. But that's fine. I play Holy Rosary in my Relic Hunter slots, and that puts me up to, I believe my basement increase as well, 4, 5, 6, 7 head. We're swinging at 10 this time. Don't worry, Skids, you're going to be fine. Yeah, see, he's fucking dead. Now, about that last clue, because I'm really not well equipped to get that without dealing with that weakness, and I really don't want to. Oh yeah, we need to play Divination. We'll gain a resource. We're making a great pace, upkeep phase. Black Fan's finally here, 7 Doom. I'll remind you, our objective is to literally just get 4 clues. We're on turn 8, because 0 is turn 1. We're on turn 8. No Mythos cards, have only gotten 3 clues. This is the worst my playstyle will ever get. I've already recorded the entirety of the next campaign on the channel, which is Sister Mayo and Father Mateo and Dark Matter. Whatever comes after this, I'm playing tempo characters. I'm just picking a survivor. I'll replay an old tempo character, I don't care. I can't do this again. My heart isn't in it anymore. It's too much setup. This is insane. This is such nonsense. Anyways, I really hate to say this, but I strongly suspect we're gonna summon Gurman, who is in fact a boss enemy when we spend these clues. I don't have a weapon yet. I'm gonna gamble. I'm gonna commit. Hard Knocks well connected. What's Gurman's foot? It's low, isn't it? Yeah, it's low. We're good. So we're just doing the basic 3-bet gamble. We pass, of course. Get our 3 resources. I'm gonna play the Black Fan for 3. I'm gonna draw a card. Hey, there we go. We're good. I'm still gonna draw a card and haste draw another card just to have done it. Oh, hey, Manual Decks. That's one of the best cards in the deck. No wonder I felt like I had bad draw this scenario. Anyways, last play, Augur of Ebrietis. Hand slots filled, arcane slots filled, fully set up, ready to go. Just a little bit on the slow end. When do we advance? Whenever we want. So we're going to choose to advance at the start of the round. I investigate with this newfound divination. Number big. Yeah, way bigger than a -2. I spend 1 charge of divination and get the last clue. And this Hallowed Mirror is not upgraded, so it's normal soothing melodies. I'm going to draw 1. going to heal Skids for 1 and heal Lonnie in case something deals direct damage to allies. And that's it for this round. Upkeep phase. We're making great pace. I put the horror on Lonnie, I spend a resource, and she heals the horror and the damage. 8 of Infinity Doom. Taking any bets on how much Doom's on the second agenda. I briefly looked at all the encounter cards, all the setup stuff, all the fronts and backs of the acts, but I didn't take a lot of note of it. I just wanted to be ready for any curveballs so I wouldn't have any rule trouble like I had so often in the other videos. And I don't have any idea what the Doom is. I'm suspecting it's less than 8. I've made a little recognition counter because we're going to be spending that over the scenario. It's important that I had this on the board. And in future scenarios, I'll probably just drop it next to the bag where I'm doing the insight stuff to make it way faster to count. Anyways, it's the start of our turn. We're at 8 Doom. We're losing our minds about it. We're fully ready to go forward. There's no reason to gamble first. There is a reason to gamble first. I gamble, I commit manual decks on the lamb because I can't use these things during my turn, but together they get me +6 on my 3 bets. Cool, I'm going to pass by a lot, get my 3 resources, draw my 2 cards, pay your dues back. That's actually not even a problem. We have to start someone's turn to advance the act. I choose Skids, and we're going to finally spend 4 clues and advance. The lead investigator must decide, choose to die, abandon your companions in the Hunter's Dream, and return to Arkham alone, R1. I'm glad that's here, and much like the real game, no one who's not going for an achievement is choosing that option unless they misclick. Anyway, we're going to refuse this offer and proceed to interlude the first Hunter. We're going to put Gurman into play in our location and advance to Act 2 Dirge of the first Hunter. Act 2 Dirge of the first Hunter is during the Mythos phase. We still don't draw encounter cards. If Gurman's defeated, advance. Gurman is a 5-4-3. He's actually a 5-7-3 with Hunter Alert. If he's ready and engaged in investigate at the beginning of the enemy phase, he attacks twice. We're going to be advancing this act pretty fast. We didn't set up for 9 turns for nothing. I evade the guy. It's base 4, 5, 6 to 3. I need to be 1 higher. I spend a charge off of Hard Knocks, and I beat everything but the -5. Like that. He's evaded. I dirty fight. I engage him as part of the dirty fight action with Alker Febrietis because I can, and it's funny. My swing value here, I should count these up. We have Gios. We have the Black Fan. We have this weakness giving me a fist. We have Lonnie Ritter giving me a fist. Are we done? Is that everyone? We have Trenchcoat effectively giving me a foot. Alright, so we're swinging at 11 on Alger Febrietis. Much faster when I have working tickers. And this is just as a reaction ability. He has 7 health, so we need to hit him a lot. Well, nothing you can do about that one. The game is loading a health token. That was a weird one. Never seen that before. He does not have 11 health. That is incorrect. He has 7 health. Anyway, we're going to swing 4 more times, counting this haste swing. Insight token at a 0. Got to keep pulling insights out of the bag, because even though I don't care about recognition anymore, really, it still changes the odds. That's another hit. That's -4. We're good. And that's also -4. He's fucking dead immediately. Even with the auto-fail, he's still gone. I believe our objective is just kill Gurman. Yeah, we didn't spend 8 turns setting up our fighter for nothing. It did something. Flip every dream location to its opposite side. This is probably gonna be real fun. These look a lot worse. This place looks much less fun. Also, I remember you. Flip over each dream location to its opposite side, get the set-aside Blood Rapture, Odin Writhe, and Hanged Man encounter sets. That'll be this, probably. Oh, that's probably just the actual encounter list, huh? Yeah, Odin Writhe is definitely in here because I'm pretty sure Sanguine Evils where Odin attacks you is going to be that set. As always, same feedback. If you have stuff like this, you need icons. I understand there's so much text and there wasn't room for it, but it just needs the icons. If you were playing at the real table, you'd be very confused by this. Anyway, you put it into play, it being Odin. He is considered to be in play at all locations at once. Put the set-aside Sumerian Elder into play at the House of Somnus. That's the House of Morpheus. House of Somnus on the opposite end. Shuffle the remainder of the cards together to create the encounter deck. Take the top 7 cards of the encounter deck and shuffle them together with the set-aside the Plain Doll story asset. Am I instructed to shuffle the discard pile in by any chance? It would be really funny if it did account for this. No. So theoretically, you could brick the scenario by drawing Overzealous 15 times before you flip this agenda, but I think that probably just loses the scenario as well, so you're good there. Wait, okay, this is just gonna be needed fixing. Plain Doll has a normal card back, so what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna be using a Plain Doll surrogate. It's Gurman. I'm gonna panic when I flip Gurman and then realize what it's supposed to be. So now we have 7 cards. It should be 8 total, right? Yes. Okay, so we've got our cards next to our locations. We flip to Agenda 2A. Let's see it. Oh, it's got 18. I could have set up way longer. What was I worried about? We don't see the back of this ever, so I'm gonna look at it. Wow! Fuck yeah! That makes the scenario really easy with meta knowledge, though. Everyone gains max HP insanity. Oh, no it doesn't. This actually doesn't do as much as you would think it does. One of these agendas is gonna just cut you to half guaranteed eventually. I don't think there are necessarily rules about when you're able to flip things incorrectly, just like by definition. So theoretically, could I flip that like much later once it's no longer the act I just did? I think the rules about improperly flipping these is you should do it when you were supposed to do it, but you did it wrong. So like if it's the back of this agenda that messes with your health values, then this agenda is functionally out of play and you can't flip it anymore. I think that's how it works. And this is like an entirety breaking the game, bad faith thing you would never do. Like, you don't need to have rules saying not to play infinite combos. That ruins the game, don't do it. And this is the same thing. But I was just doing it as a thought experiment, I guess. I wanted to see how it works, what the rules were. Anyway, we may spend 3 clues or 3 resources as a group to reveal an encounter card at your location. Oh, baby, parallel skids, let's go. You think we need clues? Fuck that, hell no. Anyway, if the investigator with all grave apparatus resigns or is defeated, R4. And if we get the plain doll advance, we got Odin in play now. Can't hit him, can't trip him, he's aloof, has, you know, an amount of health that's probably not 0. At the end of the round, if he's ready, place a Doom on him. If you cancel this effect by spending 1 level of recognition, or sorry, you can do that. And then every time you get an insight token treated as an autofail, you can spend a level of recognition to get rid of that. So I have a question. Would he ever not be ready? Like, how could I trip him if he cannot be evaded? Maybe there are cards that trip him, that's probably it. And what's this last guy do? Sumerian Elder 552, spawn the House of Somnus, patrol, temple location with the most investigators. I believe these are probably all temple. Yeah, wait, no, they're not all temple. Many are Sumerian Labyrinth. It looks like he's only patrolling like a very small set of locations. It looks like it's this bottom left corner that's a temple, and then the top that's also a temple. Unfortunately, Skids has already taken his whole turn, so this guy will patrol towards us. That's not really a big deal. As a group, we're going to spend 3 resources real quick, and just... Ooh, wait. I see. I don't really want to do that. Don't really want to do that. Can we set up more? God, how? What can I even imagine I'm doing? I spend 2 resources, or get 2 resources and play the knife? I could do that. Let's take a look at our location, actually. That might be important. 4 Shroud, 4 Clues, draw the top card of the encounter deck and shuffle a non-elite, non-weakness enemy in play at this location or connecting location back in the encounter deck limit once per round. Very cool. Really like that. It's a very cool risk-reward sort of thing. But I'm going to walk down to this one that I've already read. Crimson Aqueduct, 5 Shroud, 4 Clues. If you succeed an investigation at this location by 2 or more, you may also discover a clue at a connecting location. And we're pretty good at clue finding at this point. I do have 4, 5, 6, 7 head plus 2 from Rite of Seeking, so I'm investigating 9 here. I'm going to gain a resource to play that knife next turn because my turn may well be ending. I'm going to investigate with Rite of Seeking up 4. And my turn doesn't even end early, not that it doesn't end all the same. We'll take 3 clues, go into upkeep phase. I know the guy hunts, just doing it a bit out of order like I always do. There are no rules in this scenario for flipping locations. If I were to come over to the front of the book, I don't believe there are rules here for it either, so that's a note I should make. Oh shit, check it out, I'm in the credits. I'm not even sure why I'm back here. What was I looking for? Flipping rules. There aren't any. Nice cats, though. Anyway, in lieu of flipping rules, I'll be assuming that everything refills to its clue value when you flip it. Otherwise, it sounds like I'm making a lockable scenario, so why would I do that? And we're actually drawing encounter cards now, 9 of 18, Kingdom of the Great Ones. I'm not entirely sure what this is art of, but I know it makes me uncomfortable, which I think is pretty much the whole purpose, right? Anyway, let's see some encounter cards. Let's see what this set actually has going. We've got the Illusions of Morpheus, Peril, test 3 head. If you fail, it goes and play in your threat area. And then, correct me if I'm wrong, the rest of this is just the basic weakness self-centered, like exactly. I'm not seeing anything that would say no to that. Anyway, I would still like to not be self-centered. I drew mob goons as well, apparently. I would like to not be self-centered. This was in my hand, so I should damage my coat, apparently. Didn't realize that either. Anyway, as I was trying to say, I would like to not be self-centered. I think I well connected that for +5, and I throw a quick thinking at it, because like if I'm gonna pass, I may as well. That's a -2, so we were up 6, 10, 10 to 3, pass by 5 cigarette case for my whole deck. And I'll go ahead and take an ace in the hole, because, like, why not? And I get an extra action immediately. What am I going to use that action for? Is it going to be walking towards this guy to kill him? What happens when I kill him? He dies. I'm going to walk towards that guy. Scratch that. No, I just instantly forgot about the Mob Enforcer. He's got 3 foot. I've got 7 foot. I'm up 3. Hard knocks to beat the -4, and I'm going to trip him as my quick thinking action. Cool, I dirty fight, re-engage, and slap him. That's going to be a hit very easily. I don't even know why I checked what the number was. And then when I come down and fight this guy, I'll use the ability on Augur Rebriatus for the first time all campaign to kill this guy at the cost of a horror, which allows Lonnie to heal the coat. It's so good, I just never used it because I've always been good enough at fighting. It's definitely a very clear mistake from my end. Anyway, second evil card. We can either get Ancient Evils, or Odin attacks everyone for 2/2. Holy shit. That's scarier than the Azathoth slap, isn't it? Azathoth slaps a single person for 3/3. That's terrifying. This is just Ancient Evils. But what if it wasn't anything? I play Warded Protection. Fuck that. Hell no. Absolutely not. Get out of here. Gross. Disgusting. And now it's a good time to get that knife in play, because I have, I believe, Ward level 2 and 2 copies of Deny 5 in this discard pile, or in this basement rather, which is disgusting value. But first, let's go kill a man. I move twice, and the Sumerian Elder engages with me. Now, he's got 2 foot, so I don't really feel very stressed out here, I'm gonna be honest. I was thinking I would kill him this turn. Oh, I have Ace in the hole. I play Ace in the hole and I get 3 actions. There we go. That's the issue. First action, I'm gonna stab the Mob Enforcer, actually, with the Augur Rebriatus. Cool, he's dead. I take a horror on Lonnie, I pay her a resource, and she heals herself in the coat. If I can use this ability every turn with Pay Your Due, I can just spend a resource to just cleave with every attack and never take damage from either, which is pretty neat. Anyway, the Mob Enforcer's dead, but that damage will be getting cleaved over to this guy. Next, we're gonna swing again. We're swinging 11 to 5. I'm just okay with that. Yeah, that still deals 4. And then we haste for the next swing. He's just gone. You set up a fighter as good at it. Like, Parallel Skids is on par with Tony at fighting once he's set up. That's not this. I could be using a Switchblade level 2 or a Knuckle Duster. Dirty fighting gives you an extra action to fight, so you catch up with Tony. But you evaded, so not really. You're still an action behind, but if you want to evade the enemy, you're equal. But it gives you the +2 fist that you're missing initially. The Dirty Fighting archetype puts 3 fist fighters on par with Tony, and it's just insane. You have to set up to get there, that's the downside. Now, I can't currently investigate, but I built Diana to do the investigation game on her own. I've dealt with all the problems. I play Hot Streak, Easy Mark. I take a damage at the end of my turn. Easy Mark is 2, draw a card, and Hot Streak is 7. Mythos phase, I want to gamble. I have, or not Mythos phase, but end of turn, I want to gamble. When I go to the next person, I'm going to use Watch This, my last charge of Hard Knocks. That puts me at 5-0 initially. I'm going to admit Walter Garnett to that. It's not necessary, but I'm going to. This puts me, actually, I don't want to redraw him. I really don't want to redraw him. That's the reason I'm not going to. So I'm up 5 right now. I bet 3 on Watch This and 1 on, what's it called? The gamble itself to be up 4. Am I willing to play Lucky to get that money? Yes, because I need money. I do that. I gain 1, and then 1, 2, 3, and then 4 total. I think it should be at 36. I think I got lost, but oh well. End of turn, I take a damage. I already put on the trench coat a second ago. Then over here on Diana's turn, this is a lightning bolt ability, right? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just spend 3 resources on Skids right now to reveal this and see what it is. It's a guy. Where are they? Aloof, location with the most clues. That will be... We can throw him the way we're going, I guess. Plays a Doom on it. I'm going to make a note. This needs to be phrased clearer. Sumerian Pilgrim. Do I place a Doom on Sumerian Pilgrim or Sumerian Pilgrim's location? And that's easy to clarify. You must place 1 Doom on Sumerian Pilgrim or on the location, but it is actually unclear. I think grammatically this should be the location, but I'm not certain. I'll play it like that. I'm going to Grim Rule it for now. Over here on Diana, I'm going to spend... Oh wait, it's not even 3. I'm doing 2 players. What am I doing? I'm going to spend 2 clues on Diana and flip this. It's another guy. The Sumerian Right Keeper, location with the most Sumerian enemies. All right, go over here then. It has Force. Clues may not be discovered at this location or a connecting location. Okay, cool. I like it. Anyways, what are we looking at? Our first action is going to be walking back the way we came to get more clues because I forgot to do this one. I'm going to play my knife, because I got Bandolier in play, finally. And then I'm going to investigate Rite of Seeking to 4. We're looking at 7. There's no head bonus on this. Wait, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're looking at 10. 10 to 4. And we'll take 3 clues, and we're going to spend... Nope, not now. It could be an enemy. Not that stopped me last time, but it was a misplay last time. Upkeep phase. Neither of those guys move. 10 of 18 Doom, and... Wait a second. What do you do? Odin's got Doom. He should have gotten a Doom last round, and he gets a Doom this round. If I move him down a little bit, does it automatically count him? Yeah, so we need him down here so that it auto counts him. So we're at 12 of 18 Doom. We're not doing as good on Doom as I thought we were, but that's fine. And counter cards. The Winds of Phantazos? Fontanos? Wait, this card blew my mind for a second, partly because I don't know how to pronounce Phantazos. But Winds of Phantazos, Revelation, Test 20 foot. I'm up 4, that's going to be easy. I can either draw the top 2 cards of the encounter deck, or move to a connecting location. Is there a rule I've forgotten? Am I missing something? I'm not saying anything I'm missing, but I am saying something really interesting. The House of Somnus. While here, you cannot be defeated by damage. Lightning Bolt. Investigators spend player clues as a group. An investigator of your choice at House of Somnus takes 1 damage. What the hell's going on down here where Mute Silence dwells? This place is a strong hook. I'm interested in seeing where that goes. Anyway, I'm going to test up 4, and if I fail, I move. What's that do? Oh yeah, it's sick. I'll take Watch This back, because apparently I'm going to be spending a lot of money today. Anyway, we still have an encounter card on Diana. Maybe this one also does nothing. Do I have a weakness even drawn yet? Through the Gates and Overzealous have both been drawn. I'm going to just put Through the Gates back in my deck, I think. No, I haven't seen Cyclopean Hammer. There's a chance that ruins me. I'm going to be honest. I'll just put Overzealous back in my deck. I'm not very scared of this Mythos deck. But also, I'm up 4, so like... Do I commit Stand Together to beat the -5? Like, why not? Beat the -4, get out? You go, Diana. Okay, we're going to immediately go on Diana. We spend 2 clues. And we check out this. Sumerian Pilgrim, location with the most clues. It's getting a bit crowded in there. Then we move to the next location. We spend 2 clues again. Test 3 head. If you fail, you become self-centered. Interesting. Still not really sure I get it, but I'm up 5, so just get out. I move to the next location. What's this off to the side? What do you do? Oh, hey, this should have had 2 more clues on it. So it's in contention for most clues presently. And this should have way more clues on it. This should be at 6. And this should have gone down to 2. I'm just gonna walk down to the House of Somnus, I guess, because I need to get clues eventually. There are none here. Not any worth my time, at least. Skids gonna walk into this location. Should he gamble before his turn? Probably. I think I took a damage. I think I forgot to use Pay Your Due. I gamble before my turn. I use Watch This. I use Well Connected. I bet the full 6. I'm not gonna click it ahead of time. I'm at like +7 from this for good. So I go up to 40. Oh, why is it still here? I passed that very aggressively. Now I'm gonna walk into the next location. Grim Rule says 2 Doom on this location. And are any of you aloof? Yes, both of those guys are aloof. But this guy's not. So they're gonna need to die. I'm just gonna... Oh my god, aloof doesn't even matter to me. I do this thing, I take a horror, I spend a resource to heal the horror and the damage. And the horror just kills this guy without even engaging him. Then next action, I fight. Engage as part of the action. It doesn't even matter. Does that like repull or anything? Does. I'll take Watch This back. Actually, manual decks would be a better choice than Watch This because we're going into a new deck cycle. You're dead too. I'm going to spend, not 3, just 2. Flip this. Hey, German, you're actually the Plain Doll. So to control the Plain Doll, we're going to Lightning Bolt. If you're at their location, there are no enemies. Spend 1 clues or 1 level of recognition. Cool, this is my doll now. I spend a recognition. But what does she do? I've got +1 head. Neat. Anyways, next act. The Augur of Ebrietis would go into play if it wasn't, but I think I got my money's worth by playing it early. For a good definition of early. Shuffle the Delicate Keepsake into the deck, and that's all. So we just need this one. This is our last set of things. New act. Again, don't die with the Augur of Ebrietis, and if you control the Plain Doll and the Investigator chosen bear, the Augur of Ebrietis has no remaining health but hasn't been defeated, advance. So you're telling me you want me to die. But I went through so much trouble to not die. I'm gonna walk back into the middle, I guess. No reason to draw these remaining face-down cards. That's it for us. Upkeep. I'm gonna take a damage from Pay Your Due, thanks. Odin gets a Doom, we get a Doom. That puts us at 16 of 18. We'll advance next turn. Sumerian Rightkeeper is gonna be the location with the most clues. Do you hit for damage? Of course not. Porcelain Heart. Remove the plain doll from any investigator's control. Place it on a current location. So I just have to spend a recognition or clues again. That's not a big deal. And this Rightkeeper isn't elusive, it will be engaged to Diana. I was actually hoping to walk down on Skids, engage it, and have Diana swing over his head, which would have been really funny. I guess I can still do exactly that. First, I'm going to tick down a recognition and get this doll back, because we just sort of need this. Pay Your Dues being really good right now. I really appreciate the mob in this scenario. They've made this much more interesting than it otherwise would have been. I'm going to walk down, going to play Emergency Cash, draw a card. Going to play Hot Streak and gain 7. I have a haste play action. If only I had something to play. I'm going to gamble with Well Connected. This is $1 million for 3. Still $1 million for 3. I don't care what the numbers say. Was that repull? No, we're good. With 6 cards in my deck, I actually do need to do the math on what a -6 means. Oh, I have plus 12. So that passes by 6, which actually is exactly the amount to get through my whole deck. Don't really know where that horror came from, so I get to pick any card I want. They don't really matter, do they? I'm gonna pick Ace in the hole. Is there something I can play for money right now? Yes, Easy Mark, that's better. I've had it clarify that doing the same type of action refers to actually spending action. Stuff like repeated Easy Marks doesn't count, which I would think also then means that if you don't interrupt the actions with other actions, as long as it's in Lightning Bolt like gambling is, it still counts. If I'm wrong about that, then you can tell me that haste works in the least one imaginable way, but we're gonna play Easy Mark. I clearly didn't shuffle that. Well, there's a 1 in 5 I didn't shuffle that at least. I don't know what I'm doing. I gain a resource and engage. She's not even gonna miss. It's not even like doing anything. I swing over his head. Yeah, she kills it, unsurprisingly. There was a small chance I got an auto fail and got some extra damage there. Oh, my turn ends, the mob roughs me up. Thanks. I'm going to investigate with divination. I appear to be out of clue finding spells. That's not good. Do I just draw cards then? No, I commit guts to this one. I'm up a lot. I'm not gonna check what that number is. I'm fucking Diana. I'm fully set up. Hey, this is in play now. This is probably not gonna be great. I'm gonna use 3 charges of divination though. And I'm gonna get 3 clues from the location. So Rapture's Writhing, what do you do these days? I'm better at everything except investigating, which I can literally no longer do. Okay, unfortunate. That's actually helpful though. We're good. This is all fine. Yeah, we're okay. We're okay. I think last action I just draw looking for more clue finding stuff. It's kind of sad. And then we go into Upkeep and we overdraw. Fool me once, can get right out of here. I don't need a second Rosary. Over here, I don't see myself playing the Saw Cleaver, and we're good. 16 goes to 18. Agenda advances. All right, time to figure out how bad the clock actually is on the final agenda. 6. Huh. We get the encounter discard pile back. Everyone tests 3 head, and if you fail, the nearest great one attacks you. So Skids actually wants to fail this. I'm taking the test at 5, unfortunately, because the doll I'm up 2. I pass. Over here, it's hard to fail if I wanted to. I pass as well. And there's 6 Doom left. All enemies double hunt and double patrol. And to confirm, the game ends. I cannot believe my tempo has been my undoing. Oh, I can spend recognition to cancel his effect. That's really important. I should have been doing that. I just forgot about that. By my count, we lost 3 turns to not doing that effect. So I'm going to keep this going until I hit 9 Doom, and just like, if I do fail because I forgot to do this, I'll imagine I had done this correctly. But I'm not going to end the scenario way early if it does turn out to be way early. I think we're good, though. I think we're completely fine. Now, I'm trying to die, right? No damaging enemies are available. Oh, we should probably get our encounter cards, and the first one gains Search. This is testing at +2, and all it does is make me not commit Lucky, so I don't really care. Cool, I'll get a card back instead. I was fine with failing that, but sure, why not? None of these are helpful. I take Hot Streak because it's thematically appropriate. This guy goes on the location with the most clues, which will be this side location that we've gone to already, I guess. We're not going to go over there. Then over here, I'm not up anything on this, but like, all it does is cost me an action, right? Yeah, I'm just going to move to an adjacent location when I fail. I feel like something, I don't know, I don't get it. I don't understand it all. I can't investigate, unfortunately, but I can just move back down. So to optimize this turn, what I think I need to do is I shuffle Bottomless Curse back in by taking a damage on Skids. I move up, I shuffle their weakness back in by taking a damage on Skids. I walk back down to where I started, and I'll just play that hot streak, I guess. To go up to 59, I'll gamble with Well Connected, gain 3 more. Probably should have used something there, who cares? Into my turn, I take another damage from that. Do you think I'm using your effects, game? Do you think you can tell me what to do? I'm going to walk down. I'm going to investigate, because I just haven't found anything yet with Guts again. Cool, I'll draw 2 more. You got a new divination at least. And I believe it's player clues is a lightning bolt. So as 4 player clues, I'm going to deal 2 damage to Skids, which will not kill him. And also I should have spent these last charges on divination, right? I investigated just now? Yes. Now Skids is dead, but he cannot die in the House of Somnus. Okay, let's go. Exile the, oh no! I lost my whole ass arm. It's just gone. This is very bad for Skids. Oh, this is not the plan. This is not what I wanted. I lost my whole ass arm. How am I even gonna hold the Soul Cleaver? I'm pretty sure it's in my discard pile right now. Oh, this is very bad. Gonna be honest, I wasn't ready for that one. Diana, you're on your own, but you look pretty fully set up, so I think you'll be fine. Heal the Barrier of Adriatis to half their total health value and exhaust Odin. He cannot ready for the remainder of the scenario, then put all locations in a straight line from right to left. So we're done with Odin. Odin doesn't ever ready again, so he'll no longer do this, and now I understand why his line of text is there. From right to left, House of Somnus on the far left. Sumerian Descent on the far right. I'm going to discard all of these cards. I feel like that just needs to happen when you clean up, or when you get the doll. I'm going to kill all these locations, which are going to adjacency rules. And by these locations, I mean the connecting markers. And then from left to right, we go lowest shroud to highest shroud. So this is our new map. And what is our new goal? Advance to Act 5 scene, remove the current agenda from the game. Cool, we no longer need this 3 more turns reminder because it's actually fine that we wasted our time. Doom Timer feeling real loose in this version of the scenario based on how it's gone for me. But also, Skids and Diana just make up some serious tempo when they finally get going. I feel like I'm doing like a 4-player team's worth of progress every round once they're set up. It's just that I'm AFK until then, like completely AFK. Mythos deck doesn't even slow me down, it's just that I don't do anything. Our objective is to resign. None of this has any meaningful force text. I just run, don't I? Why would this be a problem? So I need to make a note that Requiem for the Blood seems like it's missing a step. Because as far as I can tell, I just leave. And it's not even an issue. It's just like... Oh, there's a 3-doom clock. Wait, there's a 3-doom clock. You can just run out of time still. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Diana's already went. If she were to move, right? She gets move in turn. Move, move, move. And then she dies. She physically cannot do this. This just needs 1 more doom. Because even as an end of round effect, this would still get a doom on the Mythos phase. It's just not possible to get out without extra actions. It's 3 actions here, 3 actions there. It's going to be at doom 1 before you get to move. This doom clock doesn't quite feel right. Oh, wait a second. The tablet is just not even doing anything. It's a 0 now. None of these locations are even dream locations. That feels a little bit odd. I'll make a note of that. It might be the intention, but it does feel odd now that I'm noticing it. Like, yeah, there's nothing to think about. That's the end of the round, so we're just gonna play it out the way it's written and let it finish. Like, there's no more feedback to give. That's just the way it is. This has a 3 doom clock, so 1 of 3 doom and evil guards. The end of the Haunted Jura, I can no longer fight. Don't really have time to fight anyway, so that's fine. Peril, choose a skill for the remainder of the round. Anyone who tests that skill takes horror. Book. I choose book. Book bad. No time for book. Anyway, what is this? It's a book 3 test. Appropriate. So as you can see, if I were to move 3 times on Diana, I'd get here and then there and then the game ends. So there's literally not a point to trying on Diana. I'm going to use Soothing Melody twice to heal Skids for 4 health. And I'm going to use Promise of Power. And I believe I have to take a horror about it, right? 1 damage and 1 horror. To try to clear out this book test, I'm up 4. That's gone too. So now he can fight if he needs to. Skids is going to run 1, 2, 3, 4 locations. Thanks, Diana. Really wish I had my arm. I'm not going to fight that well. Oh, wait a second. I've been gimping myself. I have A, I have Black Fan, and B, I have Haste, so I get one location further. And then, like, after the Haste move, with my Black Fan action, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, Haste, I have an action left. Like, Skids can get out on his own. He might be missing his arm, but he's sure as shit not missing his legs. I'll just pay 10 resources to get rid of this. In light of my recent missing arm, I no longer want to take damage. I can, once again, no longer investigate. But I'm much better at fighting with my one hand than holding a fan. 2 Doom out of 3. Sorry about that, Diana. A little bit rough for you. This will be the most Sumerian enemies. It won't matter. We're going to go ahead and spend 2-player resources totaling 4 to not get slapped by Odin. We're going to walk twice. This guy's going to engage and hit us once for a horror. Sorry about that, Lonnie. And we're going to resign. We're out. Diana dies horribly. The end. Let's go. Oh. Diana's fine. It's all a joke. Never mind. Let's imagine we played the turn then. Diana walks 3 times. Anyway, the furthest left location is gone. Flip it back over. Yeah, that's all. Each enemy and investigator at the location is defeated. Diana's totally gonna make it. It's fine. Encounter card then. Sanguine Evil's gonna go ahead and put a Doom on the agenda. Gonna walk twice. Walk thrice even. Do you patrol or anything? No. So upkeep. I can no longer investigate. That's quite all right. I dropped a Doom and Ancient Evil, so we're immediately back to 3 Doom. We reset again. We remove the last location. And then we walk over and resign, and Diana also lives, and she even has both of her arms. Cool. R4. We did have Diana eat all of the chords, although not really. And none of this really matters because the campaign's over, but still, I want to say. Diana specifically returned to the depths to claim their birthright. I'm sure that's a good thing. Why would that be bad? The remaining investigators read Resolution 6. Odin and Ebrietas wage war in the depths. We freed Arkham from the nightmare and ended the hunt for good. The plain doll escaped the dream, so that's nice. We all get 2 mental trauma and physical trauma because it sucked. Diana ending the campaign with Calvin numbers at 5-4 trauma, by the way. And we win, and we also get to read the epilogue, where we find out what happened to everyone. And very interestingly, let me get a new copy of Bloodborne because it's not part of the scenario I was playing, so I just got rid of it to avoid confusion. But there are rewards for winning this campaign, which is a neat concept. Generally, I'm far more interested in custom campaigns than I am in custom investigators or cards. But earlier on, there was something where I was like, why would you be playing this for the second time with the same investigator? What's that mean? And what I believe that to mean is it's specifically referring to these guys. Anyone who lives through the events of this campaign where you completed their quest, you actually get them as an investigator. And in fact, there are 6 new investigators, 1 for each ally, 2 of them are rogues. So even though custom investigators aren't my thing, I will give brief balance feedback on these guys, anything that stands out immediately. And also just my general opinion of them as a concept. I'm going to go ahead and edit out my feedback for the investigators. This is already an overly long video. And as I said, custom cards and custom investigators really aren't my thing. I will leave a brief mention. Alfred looks sick as hell. He looks like he lives up to the promise that Doom Mystics keep failing, and he lives up to the promise that Tommy Muldoon failed. And he's one of the few custom investigators I've seen where I've immediately wanted to play with that investigator. So that's really what is on, and I'm a big fan of him. But on the whole, just not my cup of tea, so I'm not going to leave my feedback in, because it's a waste of everyone's time, really. And I think that's going to be it for us today. This has been the Bloodrise variation of Scenario 8. Had a good time with it. This final bit does feel... It feels the exact same as the end of At the Mountains of Madness, right? Where you get to the end, and it's like, all right, I know you run, but could you run right for a couple of turns? And I'm like, yeah, I can do that. Do I need to? And they're like, yes. We refuse to say that you won until you didn't. I'm like, all right, I'll do it. I'll go to the right. Like, I don't know why this exists. I'm not sure what should be here instead, but this feels very pointless. Anyways, on the whole, I really enjoyed this scenario. Everything before this I thought was excellent, really interesting, really strong. I felt like maybe clues weren't as valuable as they should be, but that's because I'm playing with a big money rogue, so I just kept spending money, and like my mom can just like not pay the hospital, who cares? Anyways, I've been rather coherent. I've had a blast with the Bloodborne campaign. There's a couple more videos coming out. Tomorrow I'll be playtesting the other version of the scenario you get with low recognition, and the day after that I'll have an additional feedback video where I've already made that feedback video. I had it ready to give before this came out. I'm gonna have a new section at the start for the Scenario 8 stuff that's changed, and then that's gonna go out, and then we'll be done with Bloodborne for quite a while, because I'll have been playing way too much of this campaign recently to play anymore. I've been rather incoherent. Hope you've been enjoying the series. If you did, like, comment, subscribe. All that stuff really does help the channel grow, and I'll see you in the next one.